Hi there, welcome to Play with APPSPY. My name is Rick and we are playing Vainglory, and what I wanted to show you today is how I personally, and I'm not recommending this as particularly the definitive way, but this is how I would play Catherine, the character who is known for jungling and roaming and a general kind of protector role within the game. Now, Catherine starts off relatively strong, particularly if you're a fan of the jungle. You definitely want to be jungling in the early stages. I don't know what my team is expecting of me at the minute, but there you go. Oh, self of mine. So, one of the things that Catherine does well is she hits hard, but the problem with Catherine generally at the start is that she is very, very slow. And that's both slow walking and slow slow walking and slow at attacking. So, one of the first things you want to do when building Catherine is get one of the attack speed boosters. You definitely need to be building up her attack speed more than anything else. Obviously, you also want to be focusing on attack power, but one of the main things that you need is attack speed. Because it's all well and good being able to land a hit, but if she's not landing, 2 hits per second, which is kind of how I like to see it, it's maybe not that fast, but you get the idea. Oh, a bit slow down there. I'm going to get out of here, because this isn't a fight I see myself winning. Oh, he says he's going to get out of there, and then he dies. Most likely. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Might be on something here. Hey. So I've actually got kind of a good team here, so I'm glad that they're around to help me out. Although I do think we should I think I should retreat at any rate. I'm not really sure what to do here, because if I retreat then I'll miss out on the opportunity to finish this match. Oh, are we retreating? Oh, we're waiting for the backup to arrive. So as you can see, very effective build I've got here. So you kind of want to go for the tornado trigger as your first... Oh, I'm going to die. That doesn't matter. I'll use that as a chance to show you how I'm doing. So I've got the tornado trigger, I've got the heavy steel, I've got 6 sins, and I've got a blazing salvo on top of the already powerful tornado trigger, which gives you about 110% extra attack speed. Not even sure if that's possible within the game. Hey, we won. I'll keep talking for a bit though. So I'm not sure it registers anything more than 100%, but it is very useful to have that level of attack speed. I was also eventually going to be working towards a Sorrow Blade. Sorrow Blade is always effective on a weapon build. But in this case, it didn't really have much of an impact, mostly because the attack speed was so high and because of Catherine's relatively high strength. I also had the travel boots, which are very useful. Catherine is incredibly slow at the start of the game. You want to get boots on her as fast as possible to make her general movement speed better, and you also get the health bonuses from doing so as well. I'm just gonna give everyone praise because I'm a nice guy and it was a good match. I'm not gonna give that guy praise because that's probably the reason why we won. It's because they were down to 2 people. That sucks. Don't leave games, guys. That's really lame. And yeah, you generally just want to boost her health because you're going to be the one that gets into fights. You don't need to focus on any of her abilities, any of her crystal things. The energy cost of most of them is pretty low, and if you're jungling a lot, which you should definitely be jungling as Catherine. If you are doing so, you'll get the energy cost recouped pretty quickly by fighting the larger jungle monsters, who also give you the health bonus as well. So you should be fine jungling in the early days. My usual tactic is to jump in, get into a couple of fights, and then jump back out again, and generally just kind of teleport back to base just to heal and then leave. I'm not really bothered about her ultimate. It can be useful, but generally only not really against other heroes. Mostly it's useful if you want to clear a lane of enemies. You always want to have a high shield and a high Merciless Pursuit, though. Merciless Pursuit, very useful for going up against other heroes, and the shield is incredibly handy, particularly because it damages as well as protecting you, so always good to have on you, always very handy. And I've never really understood her heroic perk, but basically just keep hitting things until they die. It's stuns or silences, so your Merciless Pursuit also stuns attacks, so every time you land with that you will get 1 armor and 1 shield extra. I think that's until you die, but yeah, that sounds about right. So make sure you're using your abilities. Again, the cost is pretty low, so you don't need to bother with blue items. Just focus purely on weapons. You probably don't even need to buy a health item or an oak heart or anything like that, particularly if you're focusing on getting your attack speed up, because by the time anyone can deal any damage to you, you've taken off half their health and they're running in the opposite direction. You don't need to win every fight with an enemy hero, you generally just need to divert them away until the rest of your team turns up and you can let them take the kills, because it's really not. It's a team game, let your friends get your kills. So that would be how I would play Catherine personally. Focus on attack speed over attack power. Obviously work on your attack power as well, because you can hit lots of times, but if you're not hitting hard, then what's the point? But generally, attack speed, then power, and then focus on maybe some defensive stuff if you feel like you're going to get into a lot of fights against tanks and stuff. If you're going to go up against a glaive, for example, you're probably going to want a couple of health items just to boost you up. So that was me, that's how I play Catherine. This has been Play with APPSPY, I've been Rick, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you again another time.